This stream contains fast-flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy and other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised. Today, America's top squad from Stage 1 looks to continue their momentum, and a world champion reunites with his former team. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stage 2 of VCT Americas, coming at you live once again from the Riot Games Arena in Los Angeles, California. I'm Golden Boy here yet again. We got Wyatt, we have Bala, and we have a special guest this time around. For day 2, we decided to do a little roster swap. Mel's been moved down to the reserve status, and we're bringing up Athena. Yeah. That's right. We even got a graphic and everything.
Is this performance-based? Do I have to perform now and I'm going to get replaced?
Yes. I mean, I hate to say it. Listen, we all respect Mel here as a competitor. She did all right yesterday, but did predict that NRG were going to beat Sen.
So
and
we
was
had
the
to put
only
her on the
person to
bench.
do it. So we had to send her down to the bench. I mean, that's the only smart decision for
just so you know, it could happen to you as well. So you never know. You never know.
Got it. Taking notes. Predictions correct today. Watch.
Nothing wrong. You can't say anything wrong. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and talk about what happened on this stage yesterday, because we did see Leviathan take on MIBR, and this was an MIBR team that is really still trying to figure themselves out here. They're coming into this one with a new pickup, 2 stand-ins currently. Yeah. But that being said, though, I mean, there were glimmers, Ball, of hope in this MIBR game. Like, you were seeing a little bit of an uptick here rather than last stage.
I think Artson immediately in the beginning of that game on the Yoru on Ascent definitely turned up, but ultimately, I mean, they still fell short, and that's going to hurt, especially even now as these subs get replaced with the players who are coming in. It's going to be difficult. That's a tough one. And I honestly, GB, I don't think I learned anything from that game for either team.
Same here. It's going to be a fun job building that one out for next week for those story meetings. But then we had Sentinels versus NRG. This is a matchup everyone was looking forward to, the return of FNS and Som to the stage, but the day belonged Wyatt to Sentinels, as they looked pretty dang good coming out of that. Felt like they didn't really drop a beat.
They looked fully rejuvenated from their time off, which is what they needed. That little vacation picture with Tarek, shirtless Tarek. And
shirtless Tarek did it for them.
Yeah, no, it paid off. They had a little chill time. They came back. They were excited to play. I mean, we talked to John and Zekin after, and they had just said they were excited to play matches again, which you could tell. They were having fun. They were, playing really well.
They were enjoying themselves. Well, let's see where we are in the standings right now. Leviathan with that win will take that first spot, but outside of that, though, you're still looking for those first few wins for Furia and MIBR. Furia could maybe find it today. It's going to be a tough one, though. And then, of course, you're going to see teams like 100 Thieves, EG, and Loud take the stage. Athena, you've been watching. You've been analyzing. What do you make right now?
That's what I do. Yeah.
Where things are in stage 2.
No, I think it looks really good for a lot of these teams. I feel like when you're in those bottom 3 kind of areas, when you're MIBR, when you're Furia, and you're looking at the 0 scoreline, you're so scared. Like, you have to perform so much better. The pressure is on, and when you have that sort of pressure, sometimes you're more than likely to make a mistake or two. And so going into it, when I look at the standings, I'm just like, But the first few teams, I mean, I hope they don't get too chilled, too relaxed.
I mean, I'm looking at those standings, and I'm thinking all the best teams are kind of in the middle right now. 3-3, 3-4 for some of them. Like, it's rough. And at the top, there's those teams that performed really, really well in the regular season. We're going to get a chance to see how their form is now after they had some time off. They didn't really make it to Shanghai and all that. So we'll see how things get shaken up, because right now there's a lot of room for it to happen.
Like you said, for MIBR, I could say for the entire field, we still don't know. We still have no idea. But that is what makes this so awesome here. And guys, look, this arena is packed with talent for stage 2. And we've got the stories behind the players' in-game names in this episode of Profiles.
The story behind my in-game name, there's nothing really crazy, to be honest. I was just playing Xbox. I was on Call of Duty back in the day, and some guy was just sending out a bunch of names, and I saw Crashies, and I was like, all right, I like it, and I just stuck with it ever since, so.
Pra ser sincero, eu era muito novo, eu tinha 9 anos, então eu não lembro muito bem. Eu provavelmente devo ter visto algum jogador da época que me inspirava falando algo relacionado ou usando esse termo, pancada, e aí eu peguei, abracei, coloquei de nick e ficou até hoje.
Eu tinha um nick antigamente, o nick dele era Waze, mas criaram um aplicativo com esse nome, daí todo mundo começou a usar eu de aplicativo, aí eu tive que trocar. Então eu achei Les, eu achei legal o jeito que se fala.
It's inspired by Kenny S. He's a Counter-Strike operator. Well, growing up, I played Counter-Strike, and I watched a lot of it before I ever knew I wanted to go pro, and he was my favorite player at the time. I liked the style of his name, and for me, Jonah P, at the beginning it sounded weird, but later on it kind of felt okay.
A origem do meu nick é que meu nome é Alexandre. Minha família, meus pais, minha irmã e minhas tias me chamavam de Xandinho, porque meu pai também era Alexandre, sobrou Xandinho pra mim, só que Xandinho não dá, né? E aí, chegou um dia eu falei, pô, vou tirar o Dinho e deixar só o Xande ali, só o início, e ficou. E nem é que eu goste muito, né, mas é uma parte do meu nome e ficou.
I wanted a short tryhard name. It's Apex backwards. It didn't look right. XGPA, so I just added an extra P, and that didn't look right, and then I added extra A, and then that's how it came to be.
Meu nome é Arthur, né? Pra quem não sabe, pra quem não conhece, e o artzinho vem justamente de Arthur. Eu coloquei o Zin porque ele significa, como posso dizer, significa uma coisa pequena. E querendo ou não, quando eu comecei a jogar jogos eu era bem pequeno, eu era bem novo. Acho que os contatos que eu tive com o jogo foi a partir dos meus, sei lá, 10 anos de idade. Então eu coloquei o Zin justamente para representar isso.
When I was in middle school, I needed a name because I was starting to play more games. And we were reading some random dumb book in middle school. And at the very end, the author, he had his first name and then Tex and then his last name. And I was like, I bet, yoink.
My name is from a game that I used to play as a kid. It's the Fallout series, Fallout 4. So it's just an item in the game. So I just kind of took it.
My first nickname on the game was Nick3G. It's because I watched Summit and Trick, and someone paid me to change my name on League to that. And I was like, okay, if I ever actually play professional or anything, I'm not walking on a stage with this name. So I'm like, what do I change it to? And then someone, his name was Randy, is a friend, he brought up the name, and I was like, all right, done, I'm taking it, I like it.
We saw 2 ads, up and down. It was OxyClean and Tide. And he was like, all right, let me just combine it and this will be your name. And this is Oxytide, Oxitide. And I was like, damn, that's a clean name. I was like, so I had that name for quite a while. Right before getting signed to a pro team like G2, I was like, the name is too long to say Oxytide, it doesn't sound right. So I was like, let me just cut it in half. I just made it Oxy.
Everyone's got a story for where their name came from. What about you, Wyatt? What about your name?
I was birthed with my name. What do you mean? I was born and given it, and it's my name.
Wow. So it's such a riveting story.
Now.
Yeah. Athena, and for you?
Yeah, Athena was just taken, so I put an X in it.
So revolutionary. Yeah. It's like you're an EverQuest person.
My name is the name of rain in Somali.
That's really nice, actually.
Really?
No, I don't know, actually.
He's trolling. I knew you were going to do that
This guy's saying what?
Oh, my God.
All right, at least he didn't do the same. It's because I'm rolling in dough like he did last time this video was up.
That's why I didn't ask you. I knew you were going to say some crap. All right, look.
Back.
Guys, well, for Kickoff Stage 2, we decided to host another block party, and earlier we sent our block party experts, Smix, to find out what's going on outside. What's what?
Hey guys, it's a glorious day here at the block party celebrating Pride Month, and I'm here to show you guys everything that is going on. So over here we have this gorgeous VALORANT mural where we have our lovely fans taking photos as well. You guys look beautiful. I hope we see those on Instagram. And now headed down this way, of course, we have multiple food trucks. We have this one where we have some amazing Mexican food, the best burritos, all for free. We have the boba truck where you can get any flavor that you like as well. And then on the flip side, of course, we have our team booths where we have Sentinels. What's up, Dom? Can I get a free jersey? All right, he says yes. Maybe you can get a free jersey as well. Thanks, Dom, I appreciate it. And then, of course, over here we have our EG booth where we have that lovely cardboard cutout of Potter. If you want to take a selfie with Potter, she's live in the flesh for you. And then lastly, we have our 100 Thieves booth, our champions from the last stage. Danny, thank you so much. Can you tell us what's going on at the 100 Thieves booth today?
Yeah, of course. So right now we're doing a bit of a giveaway. So we have this lovely Adidas 100 Thieves box that we're giving away with a raffle at 1 p.m. We have free stickers, free signs, and we're also selling our new women's cut jersey that you have on the rack here. And we're also giving away some free merchandise, which I know everyone's trying to get their hands on 100 Thieves stuff. right over here if you can answer some Valorant trivia.
Oh, amazing. That's really great to hear. Is it possible to see what's in this box?
I guess I can show you guys. So right now we have a men's jersey, which they're sold out online and won't restock for a while. This is the last one we have. Some new Adidas socks and a really cool towel. So, but we're not telling anyone what's in it right now. So they'll have to come back at 1 p.m.
Okay, it'll be our secret. It'll be our secret. Thank you so much, Danny. Block Party is amazing. Check it out.
Thank you so much for that, Smix. Want to go out there and get some free stuff? You also have boba as well, you know? So that's all I really want.
For free?
For free.
I'm out of here.
This is it. I mean, in this economy, unreal. They're just giving it to us.
Crazy. This guy's boba.
Whoa, he just busts out boba. That's messed up, dude. I thought you were my boy. Instead, you're just out here just taking out boba in front of us in real time, making us jealous. Now, guys, let's go ahead, though, and dive into our first match of the day. Shall we? Let's do some work. Okay. You guys down to do some work?
Sure, I guess.
We'll talk about Furia here. And then, of course, talking about some of the changes made. You saw him in the profiles video. New player coming into the lineup here. Shandy is going to be rejoining the situation here in Furia in place of Conan. And I guess, you know, overall, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what he could do here, right? This is a player that has come up from Tier 2, has a lot of, you know, experience in that realm. Do you think it's going to add a little bit more to this Furia team ball?
I mean, he has global event experience
That's
too,
right. That's right.
All the way back. So yeah, this is definitely somebody who can go crazy. He used to play Duelist. He used to play Flex. He used to IGL as well. So I think he's a great addition to any of the Brazilian or LATAM teams overall, and they could definitely make the difference.
I feel like one of the standout things that each and every single one of these teams have is that standout player that has an insane amount of firepower and has a huge impact on the frag potential in each game. And I feel like this is something that Furia maybe lacked a little bit. I feel like they still lack a lot of their fundamentals. They need a lot of work, but bringing in this new talent might kind of hit the switch and make them have a little bit more oomph going forward.
Yeah, I totally agree. Early in the year when they were having a little bit of success, and even in the offseason, it was the MW0 show. He was doing everything for them in regards to the fragging. So yeah, in total agreement, if Shanji can fill the gap.
They've been lacking that since Digizin last year, right? Like, absolutely, this is somebody who I think can fill those shoes a little bit. Maybe not at that level, but I think as well makes it a little bit more cohesive for the team.
Well, let's go ahead, though, and talk about Furia in 2024 because, you know, this is a squad that, you know, still not really able to pick up those wins as we saw in the standings. But most importantly, you know, as we were mentioning, they were lacking that firepower, Athena. They were struggling in those areas.
Yeah, it felt like just as a team, they could not find the right footing for them to be able to go forward and take these wins and kind of secure these maps. It just felt like map pool-wise, they weren't ready. Team synergy-wise, they weren't ready. And then when you don't have the firepower kind of on top of that, especially at this level, it is so hard to beat and kind of step over that first match win.
I was really hoping for more when Noswer joined with this team. Noswer, similarly to Shanji, they both played with Furia way in the past, and Noswer used to be an IGL for them. And I was hoping that bringing him in, a more experienced player, another good mechanical player, would elevate them in both aspects of that game that needed help. But it just didn't really come together. Maybe there wasn't enough time then. And now with more time with Noswer and with Shanjin, maybe that'll be enough. I'm hoping for them.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that is going to be the hope here. They're going to need that as they get ready for this stage. They need to pick up some wins. It's critical. They saw MIBR struggle yesterday. They're still winless squad. Furia is looking for that pickup as well. Earlier, though, Smix did get an opportunity to catch up with MW0, so let's go ahead and check that out.
Good morning, MW0. What do you think it is that Shanji brings to the Furia roster that will help change things around for Stage 2?
Acredito que ele vai ajudar pra gente nesse stage. Ele traz muita confiança, é um jogador muito experiente também. Tipo, já jogou em muitos palcos, já jogou muitos internacionais também. Então acho que confiança, muita energia, isso vai ajudar bastante. Ele é um cara muito bom individualmente, então só tem a agregar pra gente.
He's going to bring a lot of experience. He's a guy who has played international stages, has a lot of energy. So he's bringing a lot of confidence to the team. He's going to help a lot.
That's amazing to hear. Good luck today.
Now that's what Shandy's going to be bringing to the table here for Furia. But the guy you just saw on your screen, NW0, has always been the talk of this team. Whenever we break down this squad, he's always the person that you're leaning on. Because to your point there, Athena, when you're talking about firepower, traditionally MW0 has been that guy for this team, but has had to kind of like take a step back, play a variety of different roles because, you know, they needed to fill those gaps.
Yeah, I feel like to a certain extent too, you can't just have that crazy fragging potential and then everything else is just a little bit lackluster. You need a little bit better formation, a little better synergy, which is what I mentioned earlier. And I feel like just as a team, they haven't solidified their foundations of who they are yet. And I feel like when I'm watching them play, I would love to see more than just focusing on firepower.
I think for me too, just the start of the year, I think the plan was to do what they needed to do with him and make him the star, make him the guy who's going in.
The centerpiece.
You saw it in some of those clips, right? Against MLBR, against NRG at Kickoff. It was electric. It was, when he started in those matches, was like, dang, okay, hold up, this might be able to work.
Yeah.
But as time went on, especially as the stage started, it just kind of lingered off, and it wasn't that anymore. And they started trying to rely on structure, and I think that's kind of what Noswar brought in, and it is the right idea in the long term, but not with the pieces they have right now.
Yeah, and that is why they're hoping for Shani to be that, you know, like that linchpin for them, that thing that kind of rejuvenates the lineup. We'll, of course, see how that plays out. But if we move to the other side of the field, though, their opponents, 100 Thieves, they're coming back into this one fresh off of a 4th place finish at Shanghai Masters, but obviously a roster that is intact. So that is certainly going to be an advantage, Wyatt, for this 100 Thieves team coming into this, because for them, it's just continuing to work on stuff that they've already implemented to great effect in the previous stage.
Absolutely. They peaked the highest they've ever peaked as a team during the playoffs for stage 1 when they won, when they destroyed G2 in the finals. And I don't think they met the expectations that people had for them at Shanghai. Did they do poorly? No. But I think everyone was expecting them to be a team that could at least make the finals, at least top 3, right? And so it did feel disappointing, even though still for them, it is the best international result that 100 Thieves have ever had.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point. And there is another interesting talking point, though, of this, where if you guys recall, right, with Sentinels coming out of Madrid, there was conversation of exhaustion, of being tired, of, you know, going, like the schedule being a bit too much. Do we have the same fear here, Athena, that this could happen to 100 Thieves? Because Shanghai was not that long ago.
Yeah, I mean, playing on and on and on, it can definitely get tiring. The thing is, though, with 100 Thieves, I feel like they have Boostio. And when you have Boostio, it's kind of like hard to kind of lose that energy going forward. The only thing that I am scared of is there might be a little bit of that burnout. And I feel like that can happen to any of these players. Yes, the vibes can still be up, but at a certain point, you know, you're playing, you're scrimming, you're going to lands, you're traveling, you come back, you have to play some more. It's so hard to keep up mentally and physically.
I think that's a concern for every team that goes so global. But for 100 Thieves, I feel like this is kind of new for them, like a little fresh, right? Boostio might be experienced with it. And obviously, all these players have gone to internationals before, but minus EU. But I think that with this type of momentum behind them, I think they'll double down and try to grind harder, which down the line could present problems. But I think right now they're going to come into this real hot.
Yeah, very strong point there. Let's actually go ahead, though, and touch base with Boostio. Smix is standing by with the IGL.
Morning, Boostio. Sentinels were pretty vocal about the fatigue they experienced after Masters Madrid. I'm curious, are you and the boys feeling similarly heading into stage 2?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. I mean, I think we've been feeling pretty all right. They played in the off season before that kickoff event for like 3 or 4 months, so I can see why they got burnt out. But for us, I mean, our season started in January. Like, you know, I was a late pickup, so I think for us, we're fine, to be honest.
I'm sure the 100 Thieves fans are very happy to hear that. Good luck today.
And that actually is an excellent point that he brings up, right? Sentinels were grinding crazily during the offseason. 100 Thieves had a different circumstance. But we have seen, though, in the past, drop-offs from international events, right, Bala, coming into the stage. We've seen that happen before.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen it with so many teams, especially MEA teams. I think everywhere we see it. But in particular, Boostio, his story last year is the opposite, right?
Yeah.
They make it to the international with EG. They make it to the finals, and they come back, and then they go on a run of champions, right? And then they win the whole thing. So it's Slightly different, but also the same.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if history repeats itself. It's going to be quite fascinating, though. But the thing is, this year, 400 Thieves, players like Cryo have been a massive, massive boost thanks to, well, Boostio and the rest of the system that has been constructed for 100 Thieves that supports a player like Cryo. I mean, and look, Athena, I think it's safe to say Cryo's playing some of the best VALORANT that he has played since his XSET days. He's stepping up in ways that we haven't seen him before, and he's even expressing that too when we even talk to him in interviews.
Yeah, he is playing out of his mind. He is so confident with a lot of what he's doing, and you can just tell that he brings that confidence with him based on how the team is forming around him and allowing him to kind of take those aggressive peaks and take those pushes that he wants to take.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's amazing to see him doing this rifling. That's really the key to me, because even when 100 Thieves were struggling last year, you could always rely on him on defense when they had the economy to pick up the operator and make miracle comebacks happen for them, because he would just so consistently be getting picks every single round. But now this year, it's the rifling has been so elevated for him on both sides. His entrying is so much better than it was last year.
Yeah, and again, like we talked about that system, right? The 1-2 punch that they have, been able to create with Asuna as well as Cryo gives them so many options, so many opportunities here. But there was something we talked about earlier, though, about the 100 Thieves performance in Shanghai, right? And I guess now, and I'm sure if you ask 100 Thieves, they'll gladly debunk it very quickly, especially Boostio. But do you feel like this is a squad that might have reached their peak? Could they go further here? Because a lot of people were picking them to come out clean out of Shanghai.
Here's the thing. I think I've seen almost their peak. And to me, fantastic, especially maybe the early games at Shanghai against Foot, for example, where they stomped them, absolutely destroyed them. That type of play is something that I think they can replicate. I think they can get a little bit better than that. Whereas beginning of the year, I would have said, yeah, I think this is about right. Maybe they can qualify for international. Maybe they can win a couple matches there, and that'd be about right.
But now you feel like they're a contender.
Yeah, I think. Well, maybe not contender.
Okay.
Let's not go that far.
Oh, we don't want to go that far.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think we got a lot of solid teams globally, and that's going to be difficult for them to overcome because of the history that a lot of these players are still facing right now, still facing the pressure of having to perform.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's not their peak, but they can go a little bit more than this.
Yeah.
I feel like to a certain extent, though, they're going to have that momentum of, hey, we know we can perform really, really well. Let's just keep pushing forward. And I feel like right now they're on this weird train of like being super confident with everything that they're doing, that if they bring that and they continue to get wins, I think they're going to push past that glass ceiling. Genuinely.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all for it. I'd be excited for that. Let's take a look at the championship points in the standings and where we are right now, because that'll give you they're right there, right? They're in that top 6, which is exactly where you want to be at the end of this stage. But on top of that, look at their champion points, right? They got themselves 9 currently. The only team that's ahead of them right now is Sentinels, and
that's just because they
won yesterday.
Yeah, they had to play a match before them, so they might tie it up immediately. And in fact, they probably will. They are the favorites for sure coming in today, and maybe even more important than the champion points for them in the moment is just getting another win so they can get into the playoffs, because the record is what matters for the Stage 2 playoffs. And because they started slow in Stage 1 and peaked late, they don't have a great record. Cloud9, Crew, Lev all have better records. And you would rate 100 Thieves higher than all of them.
Yeah, that's actually kind of wild how that whole thing plays out. And now 100 Thieves in this position where, yeah, you got to have the performance, you got to have the records. But I think given the teams that they're going to be facing here, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think their schedule is pretty good for them.
I would say good for them. Yeah, I'd say they're one of the best teams in their strength, in their group, sort of say. They're playing, Crew? They have G2, I think, in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sentinels maybe as well. Actually, they're in the other group.
They're in the other
They're in the group. Yeah. Very easy group.
Furia,
very easy group. What do we
got? So they actually are in a if you're a 100 Thieves fan,
but that's the thing.
Pretty excited.
Crazy.
For 100 Thieves, that's the thing, though. You just said you would rate them at the top.
Those teams are good, though. I'm just saying those.
I know, but I still rate them over. If you give me any strength of schedule, I think I'd take 100 Thieves.
Hey, and I think if you are a 100 Thieves fan, you are very, very excited about that. But let's go ahead, though, check back in with our resident block party expert, Smix, once again to see what she's got going on outside.
Smix is everywhere.
Yeah, no?
Hey guys, Mix here at the block party where we are celebrating Pride Month, and I'm joined by Troy at this amazing iBuyPower booth, but we've leveled things up here.
Yeah, no. So we finally got the iBuyPower Cybertruck out here at the booth, and funny enough, this actually gets to power all our PCs here, and I heard you wanted to run it back again, try and beat your score from stage 1 for our aim labs test.
Absolutely. I don't know if I can do better than last time, but we'll try it. There's a chair this time. All right, I'm gonna give this to you.
Okay. All right, I guess I'll commentate through it. So essentially we have our Y70 VCTA systems here, the same system they have on stage, and she's trying to recreate her ace that, from Cat1 Zine versus Sentinels during Kickoff. So every time she kills one of the targets, basically more time just gets added and added, so you keep trying to kill as many as you can and rack up as many points as possible. You got it. Get the diffuser. Nice. Sprinting, get one more. Oh, amazing. Okay, let me popping off.
You know what? Better than I expected, to be honest. Better than I expected. So there's one difference this time around. We can do our very own K-pop style player cards. So if you are a fan of Cryo or any of the players that are playing today, you get to take one of these cards and decorate it with cute little stickers. That's pretty damn
So come take one of your favorite players home, I guess.
Exactly. So check it out.
Huh? That's great. Dude, absolutely love that.
Oh my God.
At least that Cybertruck is good for something. You know, Lord knows they're driving that abomination. In any case, though, guys, here's the thing. All right, we barely started stage 2, but you know that we like to just get ridiculous. You know, we just like to get a little spicy. Maybe some hot takes. That's right. We need some scorching hot takes this time around. I hope we did, because we all submitted our takes randomly to young Curtis Russ to try and figure out who has the hottest take. So
I think we've been having some hot takes already.
I think so. I think so. Now, you guys know how this whole thing works. We got the peppers here. We have a mild, and then we do a pretty spicy, and then we move on to extreme heat. You already know, Poppy. We're going to do this right now. So let's do this. Bala, you're up first, my friend. Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens here.
I'm going to try to hit the extreme heat right off rip.
Okay.
I think FNS and Sam should not have come back. This was not the right time for it, because NRG has no chance of making it to playoffs because of the way that their group, the teams that they're facing are so good, and it's going to be really, really difficult.
Oh my God.
This is regardless of what happened in the game yesterday against Sentinels, despite that being the hardest team.
Wait. Is part of the take that Finesse and Sam shouldn't have come back?
They should have come back. It's a done deal for them. It's over already.
I'm not gonna lie. What you're saying is based and real, but also, man, the internet.
I think it's pretty spicy.
Yeah, I'll give you a pretty spicy.
I went with extreme because Finesse got some fans now. You know what I'm saying?
As far as them not having a chance because their group is really tough and they're a new team, like that's agreeable. Yeah. So it's pretty spicy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We don't got a lot of time, so let's go ahead. Wyatt, what's your hot take?
My hot
shatter the world
is that Sentinels are going to go undefeated in stage 2.
That is.
I'm gonna do it pretty spicy.
I'm gonna say that's mild.
That's gonna go undefeated.
Because I think they're very strong.
Yeah,
I think they're
G2.
Here's the thing. I think you absolutely are cooking, because I think that this disappointment at the end of the stage last split should not have led to them going on a run or anything like that. So that's why it's extreme heat. But I don't believe that people believe that. I think that they are super high on Sentinels all the way through. People are putting them at the top of the power rankings.
That's why I labeled it as mild.
I think it's extreme heat.
Undefeated. They have G2 in their group. Like all these good teams.
All right, Athena, what you got?
All right. ISO is the best duelist for pro play right now at this moment.
For pro play right now?
What? We saw Neon yesterday. What did Neon do after a couple stuns?
What did ISO do?
He's a literal tank. Bro can run through sight and
I'm going to say that is an extremely hot take, though. I think
he is a tank, a literal tank.
I think her saying it's the best. I don't know.
I'm going to say pretty spicy. I kind of agree with you. So
mild.
I'm just not convinced. That's mild?
What? Bro, have you played rank recently? Everybody's already on board.
But it's been pro play, not rank.
I'm just saying, everybody's on board, and we only saw 2 matches. You're gonna win in the next couple of weeks.
Everyone's on board. They was played once.
I know. Just wait.
All right. My take is that EG is going to define the meta. plain and simple.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, Potter's been cooking. All right, and they are gonna mild.
This is why you shouldn't share your
That's expected.
It's Potter, bro. Of course she's gonna cook.
It's literally expected.
I'll give you a pretty spicy.
I'll take a pretty spicy.
No, that's gotta be heat. That's heat.
What are you talking about?
EG are gonna define the meta.
That's my guy right there, dude.
Potter always defines the meta every time.
Okay, I'll do pretty spicy because I do believe
Potter is the meta. She should be on every team.
I believe that it can definitely
should clone her.
I'll give you a pretty. Listen, I'm trying to give you a little bit of something.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate
That was a green bell pepper, bro.
Sorry.
No spice.
All right, well, look, we're going to continue to argue about spice, but for now, it's time to get this day started. You got 100 Thieves versus Furia, Loud versus 100 Thieves. VCT Americas starts right now.
Eles erram de novo, mas a troca acontece. MWZera vai sobrevivendo, vai trazendo os abates.
Are they gonna clear Asuna here? Asuna's weak, and Asuna gets all three.
Nosso primeiro jogo é contra o Thieves. Acho que é um time que desempenhou bem no primeiro split, ele mostrou um bom jogo. Eu acredito que é um time que vai muito acertar isso no momento, então a gente também não tem que deixar ele pegar esse momento.
The narrowest of margins, switch to the ghost, he trades it back, lands the shots on Rooney, and the bonus goes the way of Furia.
It depends. I think it depends on the day for them. I feel like they're kind of one of those teams where they can have a good day and they could win the match, but I definitely think we're the favorites, and I feel like we're definitely good enough to beat them for sure.
Panicky here, an early paranoia, guns. Oh my gosh!
Com a chegada do Change, ele traz muita experiência para o time. Além disso, ele traz uma energia também diferente, uma hora diferente para o time. E isso acredito que vai fazer mudar muito na hora do pack, por exemplo.
I mean, my expectation is just like I think the whole team's expectation is just to win the whole thing like we did last time. I think we're definitely more than capable of it. We have the talent, we have the players, we have the coaching staff. I feel like we definitely have what it takes to win it again for sure.
Riot Games Arena. Vamos dar início aos jogos desse domingo e receber os dois primeiros times. E eles vêm mais furiosos do que nunca. Fúria!
And now give a warm welcome to Furia's opponents. It's 100 Thieves!
Thieves are looking to continue the momentum after stage one and a top 4 finish out of Masters Shanghai. But their first stop is a team that has nothing to lose and everything to gain with a new pickup and a potential revitalized attitude. It's going to be Furia versus 100 Thieves to start things off here at day 2.
And I really think that there's a lot of opportunity for both teams to to do something right away. For me, I need to see 100 Thieves have a less reliance on that one map that carried them all the way through playoffs, Bind, and that over-reliance leading into Shanghai. And for Furia, I think Shanji's addition is perfect for this meta. They have two people who can run it down on Duelist and absolutely destroy if they find the right way to do it.
And listen, yesterday we saw from all of the teams.
Bind went out first.
Oh yeah,
and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's exactly the thing to do. Yesterday though, we saw from all of the teams except for Lev, who are at Shanghai, new agents, new comps, new approach to the meta. Similarly to Lev, 100 Thieves have not had time to try anything out. Are they just going to come in with the same stuff they had at Shanghai? Probably, right?
Yeah, I feel like you don't have that much time to cook in the off season, or at least in between international events. Like the amount of scrims that you have to play in order to be able to play those new metas is a little bit scary. But with the confidence that they've been showing, if they had played some sort of double duelist comp, I would not be surprised to see 100 Thieves just run away with it. But that being said, Furia, I have no clue what they're cooking up at this point.
Yeah, and I do have to point out as well, Bind was taken away, but 100 Thieves instantly went for Haven, the new map. Yeah. Haven't seen it yet in Americas. We'll get a chance to see it today and see if 100 Thieves are going to be able to specialize on that one as well. They were very good in prior years when this map was in the pool, so we'll see if that can bring back up with a completely different core here.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see, of course, what those agents are going to be. Getting a few of those hints on screen out of the gate here, but yeah, you know, and it's going to be Icebox to start things off, so I'm not really expecting the world to change here. You know, I think we'll probably stick to the standard that has worked on this map for a while here. But it would be nice to see Furia maybe try and throw a spanner into the mix and try to innovate, catch 100 Thieves off guard like we've seen MIBR do yesterday, for example.
Yeah, so far nothing crazy from them though. A Jet now being picked for MW, their star duelist. Havoc on the KJ. Definitely eyes on Havoc right now. He was the rookie coming in to the league with Furia this year and had a tumultuous stage one. Yeah. A lot of people thought that if they were going to make a replacement, bring someone in like Shanji, maybe he'd be the guy to go. But that wasn't the case, so he definitely has something to prove here in stage two.
That's right. Seeing more of the agents starting to get locked in here once again. Shouldn't be expecting too many wild things. But, you know, to that point, I am very curious to see what Shandy ends up picking here and how he's going to be slotting into this team. But I also think that in this instance, it really does. I mean, 100 Thieves, with the way things are playing out, can just play their game. But double Sentinel, though. I
mean, I'm liking the Sage. Low-key, I think the Battle Sage goes crazy on Icebox. I feel like for both sides, being able to use your wall, kind of take that verticality pick, and then also being able to kind of cycle the operator through between Sage and Jet could go a lot of ways here for Furia. So I'm actually excited about that one.
Yeah, I mean, overall, though, pretty standard. I think 100 Thieves has been filling into this kind of double initiator idea on Icebox quite well. And Asuna has been getting better and better on Gecko. I mean, one of the highest performers over back in playoffs as well, paired with Cryo. So this one, I'm not seeing too much exciting in the compositions. It's going to be all in the server.
Yeah, that's right. Well, speaking of the server, let's jump into it and send it over to your casters. It's my fellow boomers in crime. It's Vansili and Rivington. Love you guys. Have fun.
Thank you so much, CB and Luck Riff. I don't think we need to sugarcoat this. This is going to be a very tough game for Furia today against 100 Thieves. They're a team that hasn't even won a series yet on this stage in the VCTs in 2024, and they're about to play against 100 Thieves that actually won stage one. So all the stacks once again against the Brazilian teams.
Yeah, 100 Thieves have been bringing the spice lately. The change just here for Furia, I don't know if it's going to be enough. We do see Shanji on the Sage.
Yeah.
A lot of duelist play in his past. So knowing how to get aggressive, knowing how to play in situations, but will it be able to be just that slow, the utility for the team and playing in the protocols that they need? We'll have to see. 100 Thieves is going to come swinging.
Does bring an interesting point, though, because of the duelist plays that you see coming out, the experience that Shanji brings, he's playing that Sage and maybe goes into that structure that Bala mentioned. Nazor was in this roster for that.
Yeah.
So that they can hopefully have some result against now 100 Thieves as we're starting things off on Icebox. Furia on the attack as the Thieves on the defense, already an early rotation off the early sound of the Owl drone on B main. So 100 Thieves now have 4 players leading towards this B side, and they're looking to push the fight.
Still pretty aggressive over towards A. Seeing if they can pull something, maybe some util and that info before B activates on this one. 100 Thieves is ready on that defensive side. Cryo incredibly strong in Shanghai here, looking to start off with the first blood and just puts a bit of damage down on the Shanji. That'll be a heal though. And they back off. Good movement onto A. This is what Furia wanted, create the distraction at B. And they actually called this off site, so they should have a bit of ground here, but full retake for 100 Thieves is going to be tough to deny.
It's a great start to sell a fake. An opportunity to move in for a plan, and Shanji's moving across first to get the wall to prevent the push from coming through. Utility's now flooding in, though, for 100 Thieves as they're dropping down from the heavens. That's a 1-for-1, but now the advantage back for the Thieves. Forfeit! As now Crowd's trying to fight behind the wall. It's back and forth, but the protocols are too good for the Thieves as they score first in the series.
That was, everybody shot that piece of the wall so fast. Nobody really in sight knew that there was a small opening in the wall. 100 Thieves just continued to pick up the kills from that small area that they were able to fire through. Nicely done. A lot of pressure from the screen too. Usually you have a few more fall off the top side and waterfall into the site. But that was just Boostio. Sorry, yeah, one going in. And they're done. That was a sooner end.
Lose out some money in,
Still
right?
the get-go. Yeah. So 100 Thieves get it. Outlaw up. They're going to be able to easily play Cryo almost by himself in this and keep the map pretty safe here to not have anything too tricky happen with Furia's Sheriffs. And we'll see them start towards B again here with just a watch. So it looks like Furia's idea of controlling the map here in these early rounds is to still keep an idea on extremities.
Fortunately, just some pot shots coming through from Bang.
Yep.
Through the Viper wall, and actually does connect onto Havoc. So he gets a second one before he falls from the hands of Sean, but you just mentioned Cryo. In this position with the Outlaw, they knew he was there. He did get damaged a little bit. And he's looking for that aggressive angle. Here's the footsteps, and now Boostio's there for the support. But they're not afraid here of Furia and what they have in store. 3 players just waiting for that overextension on the Brazilian side. And now fully denied. Nice shots at least coming out from Noswer. We know he's good in his positions where he could potentially clutch. Picks up the spike, but no, cannot spot EU. Who swings out for the kill, avenges his teammates, and that's a round converted for 100 Thieves after the pistol.
Nice. A little juggle of the weapons too. Throws the Guardian back, so they're able to get kind of max return on that as they foil out of the round. Shots? Oh, that's where it comes from. Right through the wall. That's the feeling too. You're the last in line. You're the caboose of the play. You're the first one to go down. I think we all know what that feels like. All right, here we go though. Bonus round. It's still pretty good. I mean, you got an up on your bonus round here for Cryo. And that's going to be full armor too. What a start for him to be able to start shutting down this aggressive one from Furia if they try to go off the rip here. That op's pushing already, Vansily through mid.
The other one has an outlaw, and that's Boostio holding towards the A side. So long range distance, pop shots. It's going to be big for 100 Thieves. Furia's advantage now is if they can close the gap on the rifles, might give them a chance here to get their first round of this map. Shanchi's just waiting for the right timing to get the Slorvs in, but as it flies across, his teammates are also getting dropped from those long range rifles that we just mentioned.
They're just afraid. They're waiting for somebody to peek. Furia is. They don't want to cross these angles that might have an outlaw or an operator sitting on them high-low here.
Yeah, and especially with Shanji down, they can't really wall towards the spawn. So how are you going to really try to cross over? You're waiting for the recon dart for Noswer to get that out, and you can start swinging out.
They're gonna...
Gets the ping. Now they'll move in, but there's those players on the raft. They're too good for EU.
Yeah.
Spike down A.
Havoc's the last player standing. And he's getting swarmed from different angles on both left and right. Could maybe retreat and try to save his weapon for the next, but he's looking to fight. At least got one. But a bonus converted, 400 Thieves.
Just the way 100 Thieves is moving around and playing against Furia right now, it's like they have a top-down view of what's going on. So sure of the angles they're holding, not moving, and as soon as Furia did want to make a move, the answer was there. Double from the top rafter, and the cleanup for the rest of the site with the utility. Yeah. Really clean from 100 Thieves right now. Exactly what we would expect as they hop back in here on stage 2. And we're going to keep this operator rolling. And what's the answer for Furia, though? Trying towards B. They get picked off before they're able to exit out into the site. Getting through maze just a little bit towards pipes, and they get hit by 100 Thieves. Mid hasn't been worked too much yet, but on the save round, we'll go back towards B for Furia.
Yellow Joan got the tag onto Bang, so it gives a chance for Cryo to score first blood. That's MW0 down, trying to get the trade forward as Shanji went for a blind spray through the poison cloud of Bang and couldn't get a contact. An early great advantage coming out for 100 Thieves as you have this lower buy from Furia. Grouped up together towards the long B, and looks like they want to reassess how they want to hit the sites.
It's crazy too. So you hear Cryo's operator and you hesitate on almost every move. It changes the way that Furia plays or even wants to peek. 4 of them just behind this, and Cryo, you do peek and you go down.
Full confidence. Just waiting for the poison order to drop, but while he has the dash up, he's okay to fight this. What? As he dashes away, contacts onto Havoc. And there's that push forward. At least we do some damage once again. Nosler with the Sheriff. Still good with it. A 1 versus 2, and this time makes sure that there's nobody yellow. Recon Dart comes out towards the area. Small upgrade as it picks up a Stinger. Does have the Hunter Sphere to work with as well.
30 seconds left.
Possibility here.
Especially with the op.
Yep. Not enough time for the bolt to come up though.
All he needs to do here is hoping that there's an off angle here from 100 Thieves. That's overcommitted, but Asuna had the better angle at the top of the bridge. And now you have 4 unanswered rounds for 100 Thieves, and Furia yet to find a real answer of how they can work the map here on Icebox.
Trying to get behind each other, get into position. This round, obviously not much to worry about with the low buy, but I think if we see next round go down, we get that Furia timeout. If they can't make a dent in the team of 100 Thieves, at this point, we're not even seeing 100 Thieves really go down in these rounds, right? Bang's gone down the most, and that's only 3 times here, so yeah, it's going to be tough if you're not even working on the economy of 100 Thieves, let alone the players. Yeah. Spikes down for this round as Furia go for a bit of a default. They finally have a bit of a mid work, or at least lurk, to see if that's pressured as they feel out the map here, because you almost have to figure out where the operator is and go away from it at this point. Oh, he's pushing up mid too.
And this, actually a perfect angle, actually overcommitted now.
Yeah.
The L drone came out and saw the turret. There was an opportunity for Cryo to push forward where he could lock in an angle.
Oh, that's active.
That pivots the Furia attack on the B side, and Bang gets first contact, first kill. Nanoswarm coming out, Swarm from behind. As Nosler has 41 HP after he picks up the kill. Wall then comes up, denied. As they walled up, they left the spike towards the spawn for Furia.
Toxins going up.
It shows how much they have to and want to activate on these plays. They hear the op shot, they can get away from where the operator is, and that was B to make the play. Bang in his tried and true spot, trying to hold down the site, goes down, but yeah, on the way out, as they get the spike, they do lose one more, rezzed up and taken down again.
And you just heard the rotate. ADS denied by Nosler. And 2 other players of Furia have already committed towards the A site. They have forward position, and that is going to be Havoc as well as Khalil. Trying to make sure that 100 Thieves cannot get any value on the rotate, especially with the recon dart to hold them back. Give me a chance now for Furia to set up on the pulse plan.
And this is Furia's pistol round strat, basically. Run with guns now. It seems to be working here against 100 Thieves. It's going to be the retake, though.
And Nosler staying inside the site, so they can't use 100 Fury here, but the shots are ringing true for Furia at least, and also the blade storm for Cryo. But gets pushed out by Nosler. Beautiful trades coming through as finally Furia get a point.
They stop the bleeding, and they get an operator on their side, too.
We can do this.
Let's see who gets to use this. I think it would go down to Uzera if Nosler went to keep it. And we'll see if they can put that into action right away, because it's going to be dueling ops now to find out where this fight comes in. So 100 Thieves actually, the first time they alerted Furia of where the operator was, and it was not a player they were shooting at. As soon as they heard that shot from Cryo and mid on the turret, they activated into B. Like Furia instantly. So they're playing very reactive right now and trying to get into the proactive mode to be one step ahead of 100 Thieves. Now they got a round in their favor. Good orb grab. Cryo starts it though. Cryo starts it again with a first blood.
That's been the pain point right now for Furia. Trying to get contact and trying to lurk the map, but as soon as you come into contact with Cryo cells with the op, you're not winning that fight. And you're playing single initiator. He was already working towards his B side on middle. Wasn't there to support here to try to find the information towards the A site where Havoc just got punished.
Wall left side. That actually opens the back side of the site, so they have to be careful and still clear what they can. Looks like 100 Thieves is going to give them a little bit of space as the ultimate comes through.
Oswald though does contact. Hunter's Fury coming out from the spawn on both ends. But it's definitely Furia that takes the upper hand for now. That's 2 kills for them.
Dizzy in, waiting for the drone. They're trying to give multiple bits of util to break the crosshairs, but is it going to be enough?
Oh, Lil does get the pick onto Bang, though. Asuna answers back. Advantage still out for Furia. EU and Asuna trying to work together. At least we're aggressive on these peaks.
Okay.
That's how you want to fight back here against a strong team.
Really nicely done. Furia to convert the 4v5 there after losing what would be the flank watch from that Killjoy turret. So they had even more work to do on that round to make sure they recovered all around the A site, plus take it and hit. A little more confidence on these site hits. They got that wall down from Shanji, and everybody flowed into the site. Got the position. Khalil with a nice little step and creep forward there as they kept quiet. And yeah, the fans are going to get behind him now in this one. Get these rounds going, and Furia's got a bit of momentum now as 100 Thieves have the broken economy. They push up once again, though. They're not going to stop.
Despite low econ, not afraid to fight.
Yeah.
Jump spot from Asuna, but a little bit too wide. MW0 is ready for that. Early advantage for Furia on the attack. Al Jones going to force EU potentially to fall back. The Cryo Cell still on the top of pipes. Could do some damage. Dash now activated. Havoc just around the corner. Jumping up now and spotted. He'll give the information for the Thieves, though, that there's players towards the jail. But numbers are falling down for 100 Thieves. No opportunities to capitalize yet until he swings out. But nice reaction coming through from the two players outside of 410 and Pipes to trade it right back. Leaving out Bang alone. 1 versus 3 in the back of the site. Here's the footsteps. Dodging the recon. Here's the plant. So that's 2 players that he's aware of.
Spike planted.
We get the backstab on the first. Lands for the second, but could not.
Nazar has been cleaning up some kills in these past few rounds, too, to grab 3, grab 2, and make sure the team is able to hit the angles they need and stay confident where they're watching. Operator still available here as Furia pick up another round, and it comes from A. It's definitely confidence that's coming into their favor here, too, and no timeout needed so far, even after going down about 4-0. So let's see what they have next. 100 oh, that's us. 100 Thieves is going to start figuring out what these pushes are, and they're going to be the first to call a timeout. Is it hemorrhaging rounds a little bit here without a stop, and really quite a few members alive from Furia at the end of these rounds.
Yeah. Actually, it's very surprising that it's the Thieves that's calling out the timeout. Things are looking pretty well for them at the beginning here on the defensive side, with the win con being Cryo getting so many of these first bloods. But Furia always finds a way here to answer back, at least in the last few rounds when you finally broke the economy here, as you were losing rounds against 100 Thieves, but still doing good damage on your Sheriff rounds. Noswar was doing a lot of impact. It will grind into the economy of 100 Thieves, where eventually it may break and give you a chance to come back very early, which is the case that we see right now. So you want to now stop the bleeding on 100 Thieves' side and make sure here that you can capitalize on winning this first map. The map picked by Furia to start.
And it's going to be tough to keep the operator game going for 100 Thieves here. You're going to see another one possibly if you need it. From that side of Furia, Havoc actually grabs it. They just dropped it to Havoc for a moment here. I don't know if that's going to stay, but yeah, the way 100 Thieves wants to play and defend this is going to be expensive, so this is going to be a big round for them coming back in with this bye. Ultimates are ready here. I think that was a big discussion going into that timeout and how they're going to use these lockdown to lockdown. As we're looking back at A site here, and a really fast forward step from MW0 right to the tube of mid. Dashes out, looking for that early fight on the Boiler, and does not get what he wants.
Makes sense here.
Yeah.
That Havoc has that operator. If they try to move forward and use the lockdown, they'll need MW0 and everybody else to move forward and take control of that site. Cryo, though, just spotted one. Barely misses that shot. As you hear the Thrash coming out, trying to find information. Back and picked up by Asuna.
Back in 10.
You should run.
There's one lockdown coming out, Vans. Still a hold by Bang, so they're not sure that this is the real call by Furia. 100 Thieves is waiting, but beautiful mosh there. Just going to be a little late. Off the damage of the center of the mosh.
Yeah, missing a little bit of that extra util to make sure that it went down, so it detains some players, so that gives a chance now for Furia to move in and go for a plant. It'll be a 5 versus 5 post-plant scenario as the pit comes out too, just to try to smother up towards the site, giving no information here for 100 Thieves when they'll try to come back in. Wall yet to get broken here, as you do have Shanji holding just behind. Kra has an inkling. Out with the shorty, close range, but Shanji breaks him. But it gets traded out. Boostio from the top. 4-on-4 now as Snake Bite is about to ring down. Noswar gets the pick on to Boostio as well, and the hold is so far so good for Furia. Leaving Austin alone, you see him picking up the arc. Lands it on W0, but the protocols are really good for Furia since it started coming back in this game.
Great job there getting the ult down. That was the Viper's Pit that gives you that ability to hide just off site, and it creates so much trouble for 100 Thieves to have to find that fight in the pit and really not be able to even spray down the Viper. You see hiding back there, Khalil, not even participating yet in the fight. Just really, really tough. And again, an A site hit for Furia that comes in strong. They're able to pierce through the site no matter this operator, which probably means another low buy. Yeah, the Sheriff for 100 Thieves. And we got rounds for Furia. The timeout for 100 Thieves does not matter. It fizzles out. And now we are going to have a bit of that A pressure, but it's a slower round here. Furia is kind of playing off that precedent. They've been going to A, and now they're making 100 Thieves think a bit. Towards B, drone out. And they'll know that they're safe for now. They just got to gain the ground at this point.
And also realizing here for the Thieves that it's only shock darts that's really coming out towards the orb at the very beginning. So they want to add more players to help out to pick up the orb. Try to fight with the Sheriffs towards the A main. If there were more people, they're going to follow behind that shock dart from Furia on the attack. But now in the late round, all of Furia. Oh, looks like a gun just got spotted. That's an easy kill.
Cryo with the hero.
Dashes away though after gets the headshot onto Nas, where there's the blade storm from NW0 trying to clear out the site. The second one connects as well to add the third to the round. Swings forward and dashes forward to try to get the kill. Believes Boostio's potentially going to make this available and doable for Bang.
Spike planted.
Sheriff in a 1 versus 2. Spike now planted for them to retreat. It's planted on top of the A site.
Toxins going up.
What he'll pick up here is going to be an operator, actually. The Bulldog left behind by Cryo just earlier on. Now with the Slorb, he knows that Shanji is holding on the top of pipes. There's that swing out from Khalil. Beautiful read. As Furia gets the lead in this game.
What is this vibe from Furia right now? Coming out strong there. And the confidence that they're hitting the site with is pretty wild. Even the shoulder peaks that 100 Thieves is trying to take. Furia is taking their head off. Instant, right there. That was supposed to be a fake so that Bulldog buy from Cryo could have a bit more effect as they crossed looking for Boostio, but it wasn't. They take that out, the threat's gone, and they have the chance to look for Boostio for Cryo right away. Holy Furia right now. They're exactly bringing that to the table, and they're going to be going towards B mid this round. 100 Thieves have not been active since those first 4 rounds. They were getting themselves into first bloods, pushing up, making sure Furia had trouble taking or even early portions of the map. And here, it seems like they own quite a bit. Back towards B site, Bang Shanghai was absolutely crazy around Yellow, being able to protect and take 2 or 3 around. And here they'll be tested again.
And this time has to give it up right away.
Yeah.
Snakebite pushes him back as he's looking to not let the pressure come forward here from Furia. But they're just walking up. This is going to be a wall for a spawn, a plant on the left side. Hunter's Fury on the attack as well. But the advantage still actually now with the Hunter's Fury back from Nas, where evens up the tally for the round.
Spike's in danger.
Literally.
Yeah.
Out in the open. Just dropped here towards danger. Gives a chance now for 100 Thieves to let Fury come towards them. A 1-for-1 won by Havoc.
Nice double step.
Mentioned at the desk earlier on that he's had a slow start on the Sage 1, but that's an important duel to win. Asura's doing the same thing, trying to keep the dream alive for 100 Thieves in this round, but these duels are not hitting in favor of 100 Thieves. Crowd down to 5 HP. Another battle against Havoc in the front. Back of the site now. It's a 1-for-1. ADS coming through, but there's 20 seconds left. That forces now Havoc, the ports, to fall back and pick up the spike and try to go for a plant, but he does have full KJ util. Turret to watch, safe plant. But Asura finds the timing! Gets the kill, but it took a bit of bullets.
He was so sure he was coming from orange there, just straight up. The turret maybe back 5 more feet would have covered all those. Just pointed to the left a little bit more. Unfortunate, but you can see how tight and tense these situations are right now. Holy moly, Asuna with the shot there. And man, Havoc had some movement inside. I think the only thing that takes him down there is he's planting the spike on that round. Really nice job by 100 Thieves to bring it back. They get that. No operator's going to be on the map for first time in quite a while. And now we do have Hunter's Fury for the side at EU. Quiet on his end as well, seeing tons of clutches come from him. hasn't really had the chance in this chaos in the 5v5.
They already knew. He's going back towards the jail, and Havoc takes him down the dash forward from W0, trying to catch Asuna off guard. But Asuna manages to fall back to safety. There comes the Thrash to try to clear him back. Gets popped out towards the front as Boostio swings out. That's a 1-for-1 though. Asuna still waiting for this wall to drop to try to get info. Trying to pick up the Thrash at the same time. But he's left there alone, so he can't really commit to try to pick up the orb.
Right.
Can't get the flank either as Bang is just holding the angle down. That's what you wanted from Kraushaus earlier on with the op, and now he's just going to wait and hopefully here for the other two players, 100 Thieves, they could actually force Furia to push back.
Work.
Oh, he dodges under it. Oh, this is big.
Timmy can't look down.
And EU has the Hunter's Fury to be able to delay just in case, so the timing is actually really good for the Thieves right now, even if Asuna falls. But Asuna will get two before victory!
That's right, you tell him. He didn't even move either. That was a known location to Furia from the last few shots, and he said, you know what? I got cement shoes. This is a fine spot for me. Absolute 4K. And headshots to boot. Oh my gosh. Didn't need to pick up Thrash, I guess. Holy moly. Yeah, that gets everybody going here. Peter, what? And calm. He's like, yeah, another day at the office. This is what we do. And yeah, this is what we got a lot of out of 100 Thieves, right? In their recent showing internationally, is that these explosive rounds that come out, and we're only getting a few smattered in here and there, and Fury is able to find the opening, get some rounds, and we got a pretty close first half here as 100 Thieves take the lead back.
Yeah, that's a timeout being called down by Furia for this last round. They do have a res to work with once we get back in the server. That's available for Shanji. And you're looking back at it, though, with the question marks of what this roster could look like, it definitely looks a lot more structured on how they've been able to figure out 100 Thieves on the defensive side for a bit. So it does give me a little bit of hope. You remember, maybe they haven't won really much series or any series at all for Furia in the VCTs, but they did take a map out of Cloud9. And remember that game where it was a 12-0 half on a set on their attack side. Yeah. So they have moments where they could actually show some brilliance, exactly. But now with the structure on top of that, and with extra firepower from Shanji, they could maybe finally make some heads turn.
We finally got Cryo back at B with the operator here. It had been 100 Thieves focusing A, figuring that Fury was going to keep hitting that, and that's where they needed the numbers. Another tube play coming in from Furia right away to distract, give that utility down mid, and now open up the map. Spike's down for this fan, so they're looking for a peek. They want info here more than anything. The kill would be fantastic, though.
Just a big fight towards middle. There'll be a lot of members, a lot of players. The wall is actually used very early. And that's going to be no wall for the A site when they're going to try to cross over, if they try to cross over towards A. A great opportunity now for the players towards the A site to even anchor their positions and play this a little bit more aggressively.
Now we're getting an opening Guardian from up here. Very nice close drone. Should be able to clear quite a bit. Only looks left. A little bit on that right clear. They'll be safe for it, though.
You will not
Kaleb just got dropped towards jail, so that forces even an early res out of Shanji. So big advantage. Just the ping came out, though, and W0 just got the pick. Sacrifices himself to at least give the advantage as they try to chase him down. Nazwar is there for the assist, so that will save MW0 on that push. Numbers, once again, dwindle down to only one player. It's Bang alone against 4.
That just playing outside the box a little bit, right? We see Cryo running in, and I don't think he expected to see MW0 just standing right there, kind of distracting. That was a lot of just forward play from Furia to put themselves in a different spot that 100 Thieves was expecting. Bang to peek. Just to the right of Khalil there, and that's going to be the 6-6 first half. As Furia, they had to stop the 4-0 bleed. Came back, got it in their favor, and then it just goes back and forth until we get a 6-6. Unexpected, Van Salen. Unexpected.
Definitely not. We mentioned it just before we started this series that we didn't want to sugarcoat this. This was going to be a very hard game for Furia to play against 100 Thieves, but they are looking really good as finally the rounds went through here on this first half. And it's a great start so far, at least for Shanji. Shanji now his debut going into the game, and let's have a quick word actually from QCK when we want to talk about Shanji and why he wanted to face off against 100 Thieves for the start of stage 2.
Então, para mim a estreia contra a 100 Thieves é algo muito bom. Eu acredito que é o jogo ideal pra gente. Muita gente talvez não deve entender, mas eu acho que é um time que joga mais simples que outros times. Claramente a confiança deles e tudo que eles demonstraram é algo muito perigoso. Mas pra gente que não tem nada a perder, pra eles que são os atuais campeões do primeiro stage e eles querem ir pro Champions, então eles vão estar dando a vida, eles vão estar com pressão, eles têm a obrigação de ganhar da gente. E tudo que eu citei, a gente não tem obrigação nenhuma, a gente não tem pressão, a gente só quer fazer um bom trabalho, mostrar realmente nosso jogo, viver o sonho. Então acho que é a partida ideal assim para se estrear. Não escolheria nenhum outro time do grupo a não ser eles para começar o campeonato. E caso a gente vença, com certeza nossa confiança e tudo aumenta muito e pode ser uma crise. Acho que nenhum time aí que foi campeão gostaria de perder pro 0-5.
Apologies, Caster Brain made me think about QCK from back in the day with Furia to talk about here, Shanji, but at least we did have word from Shanji on how and why he wanted to play against 100 Thieves at the start, making his return here on a stage of VCT.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of people screaming. They're screaming here, that's for sure, especially when 100 Thieves pull these rounds back in their favor, because again, unexpected. The Furia comes out firing so hard. A was a big proponent of why they were winning 4v5 conversion, even after they lost Havoc on a few rounds where they're still able to get in and be confident in the site takes. I think ultimately good utility usage, knowing that they may not be winning all the firefights straight up, getting into site, having the perfect Viper's Pits, being able to sage wall well. They are making up for any of those, downfalls they may have in areas where 100 Thieves would be able to attack them. So really nice job of Furia to shore up any of those problems. We get back into the second half here, and we're going to see what 100 Thieves now has from the attack side as they sink their teeth in. It's going to be a Sheriff for Boostio, Ghosts around the board for 100 Thieves there. And Sandy's just going to focus on that utility with the classic as we would expect. Wall up quick, just to give them some trouble and make them have to shoot through it. And they're not going to right away, so this will delay just a little bit. You won't get the rush.
That's just a solo wall here to start things off on B and a 4-player stack on the defensive side towards A. And the dash was activated very early, so they were expecting some sort of quick pivot potentially towards the A side when the wall wasn't being shot. It's actually really nice here for 100 Thieves to play very patiently and force some early utility out from other players of Furia, where MW0 now doesn't have a dash to use later on.
Still haven't gained ground at A. It is an open map right now as they wait for Furia to show a little bit more. Mid's gonna see a turret real quick, but yeah, 100 Thieves are gonna bring this down to 30 seconds. It is gonna go all the way down, and the pressure play is gonna be right into the hands of Furia. Van Silly. This is gonna get messy fast.
Messy for Furia, though, with that pick from Cryo. Goes long range, and that's the upper hand from the Jet against her doppelganger. Advantage for 100 Thieves as they're looking to pivot back towards this B side. This lurk from Bang towards the B side.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gonna have the lurk too. They insert one. Boostio with that Sheriff to find anybody in mid as they rotate back across. And nicely done here by 100 Thieves to play the round. All right, curse that one. Havoc comes up with a nice shot, and they move themselves over to B site now, knowing it's a fake.
And everybody from Furia was still stacked up here towards this A side. Now that it's committed, there's forward position from 100 Thieves. They will be able to hear the footsteps on the rotate, so they know that Havoc is close, already on the top of the bridge. There's 3 players there from 100 Thieves, looking to go for some instant trades, all looking towards the same area as well.
Oh, man.
There's that first contact, though, and Shanji wins that first one against Bang. They do not expect the other 2 players just under the tower, but it goes 1-for-1 one more time, and EU finally comes in for the support. Back to a 1v1. Kalira's low on HP, only with the ghost. Shock dart puts him down to 5 somehow. The second one does land as well.
There's the EU we remember. It's coming up with the util kills. Really cheeky play under Nest with 3. You show 1, obviously there might be 1 more there, but 2 more there. Nobody expects that. 100 Thieves playing some games here in the beginning of the pistol round second half, and a nice start off too. 5v4 conversion, working the map even though they lose 1. They still find it here with EU on the clutch once again. See where they go here for second round. Shoddy for MW0. Looks like he'll push up in the garage real quick on B. Big positioning there. And they'll be able to hold 4 onto A for the rest of this round.
And all they wanted to do was to try to get a punishment up towards Belt. But 100 Thieves are using the low ground instead, and the Aldron's going to see a lot. That forces players to swing out, and as they swing out, getting dropped by 100 Thieves. An easy push coming out from the attack side. And with the turret, give me information on where that last player is. Finally, it's EU that's going to pick up the orb and the plant. They want to cycle this Hunter's Fury as soon as possible.
Just kind of hit him so fast, they don't know what's coming right now for 100 Thieves. That's the way, right when they get to the front of the site. Now it's going to be MW Zera just to clean this one up. Thieves will have great economy, good money for the next round as they see the bonus. And I expect them to really go just as quick. They won't have that money yet for an operator at the moment. No, I was going to say no ultimates, but EU could easily have one here, and they can start playing off Hunter's Fury to make sure bonus has a little bit of an advantage. It's one option. Penguin. See it again.
Too easy. At this point, that Aldron did a lot here. Even if it looks here on the screen that it only picked one player, it definitely did see that you can communicate for the rest, and there was no opportunity for Furia to go for a surprise attack. And this time, though, the weapons are out on the defensive side. You mentioned it, no operator available for Furia, but they do have weapons and vandals to work with. Shanji trying to push forward as they're trying to surprise players at the same time, but the lineup's pushed them back. Aldron did spot one, but I'm not sure if it saw Asuna. He might have an opportunity here. Throwing out the mosh. Potentially now 100 Thieves trying to follow behind it, but a nice little slow orb. But not allow for them to really push forward yet.
Insta wall breaks. Looking for a delay, but Furia is not getting what they want. They just have to backpedal here. So they're giving up sight. It's just when 100 Thieves has this wall go down, they start moving up. Pretty textbook so far, but Shanji could mix things up.
You want to stay as a group now because you have these Bulldogs only in rifles, but it's looking pretty good for the fights on both ends. Advantage now for the 100 Thieves as he makes it a 1 versus 1. That's Boostio trading it back against Havoc. Alarm bot to watch his right side. It was too far away from the alarm bot, so he doesn't know if there's going to be a flank coming through. Wall comes down, but Khalil wins the fight.
He's been snappy, Vans. Khalil has been snappy in these final situations of a round. Pulls another one out, so that's going to be a big bonus round here for Furia. Able to shut down there. Crowd should have a bit of cash. The most in hands of Asuna right now is they might transfer over an operator if they want it, but I think fast play is benefiting them at this point, and they may just forego it. Let's see this play once again. Nice backup at screens there. This is going to be a tough decision, like indecisive shooting when you see that many people peek you from a box in the corner. But good backup, good teamwork coming in. And they're feeling good. I think they're kind of realizing that this wasn't a result they'd be achieving right away. And here on the low buy, they're going to have to do a little more work to get that result again.
And that's the thing. They won the round here, but they don't have too much money to work with on this round. For 100 Thieves, that was a lot of damage that they did on their bonus. Got a plant. Now also that 100 Fury that you mentioned before that they were trying to get really quickly for EU. They have a lot in their arsenal now to potentially slowly start walking away here with the lead. But a forward position for Khalil. Barrel of a gun sticking out, gets the instant wall bang. Now it's going to be forced to fight.
Take flight.
No opportunities to get a second one.
They're re-spreading here. Just trying to get one person on every majority, or every big defense position, rather. And this is going to be, I think this is going to be another one of those 100 Thieves. Just you insert one, go to the other side of the map. And then as the round goes down, it's going to be a rotate back over here. Actually, they commit.
Yeah, Boostio seems to be pulling back from the A side and even calling in the mid-round for everybody to group up.
It's a great call, too. They've absolutely switched up Furia on what side they have the hard hold on. Not too much utility even on this site, just the alarm bot mid. So a lot up to Havoc here if he's not just going to play his life.
There's not going to be any delays either. Only the Sheriff trying to swing for a fight. Launch pushes him away towards the back of the site and Crowd's pushing forward. Trying to get that kill. As he stays hidden though, it baits out the other players. He does get the kill. Nice little shot from Havoc, but there's players back for 100 Thieves who try to assist and avenge. Finally he gets pinched by EU. No time, not enough delay for the players of Furia to rotate over to get some instant trades. It's only Nosware alone on a 1 versus 2. But he has done some damage before with the Sheriff. There's that first contact on the Boostio. And yes, the recon guard did ping the second player of EU. And it goes for the high-low.
the highest of lows. That was, and a little offset. That's crazy. All right, EU pick it up once again. Nice kills by Furia there on a low buy round. Coming out. They're definitely giving each other a hard time here as they make their way to the site. It's like, damn it. It's so unfortunate when you saw that Vandal go down and it just bounced away from the kill. You're like, why can't the Vandal just fall into my hands? That would have been such a different situation, but plays into the hands of 100 Thieves. Mosh, Hunter's Fury ready. Looks like they might get a bit more kitchen control here with a bit too pushed by Havoc. 100 Thieves are going to leave Bang on the lurk for now as they make their way towards A.
Nice little ping there onto Shanji. There's 100 Fury to hit the first. Crow's getting damaged at the same time, and there's pings on 2 players.
Yeah.
At least thankfully for Furia, they have the heal to come up for one of the players. Khalil has to fight towards the B side once again.
Khalil
lands 2 shots. Oh my God! Just before he got dizzy.
Down B.
And that's the spike down.
Phew, Snappy's now an understatement for this guy. Oh my gosh. All right, okay. Furia are feeling these rounds right now. And honestly, the firepower, it's from teamwork, and they're getting a little bit of solo play. I think that's something that we saw Furia lacking in throughout the season, whereas they wouldn't be getting these 2Ks. A site would instantly be dropped here, but for one to take down 3 and be receiving the initiator's utility, Khalil is just absolutely slaughtering kids today. All across the board. All right. Let's get into the next round. We just want action from these guys. Flawless for Furia. That brings their money back into favor here. And now it's going to be a hero gun again for the side of 100 Thieves. This B push gets pretty intense, but Khalil goes to push it every time.
Or at least doing a buddy system here for 100 Thieves to try to take down Khalil on this B side. Aljon does spot a few from the Thieves on the A side, so you're hoping that this forces a swing out from Khalil, and it does.
He's so calm.
Always on point with the crosshair placement. And now the ponytail of the Jet. Kraus just got spotted and now denied by Shanji. No opportunities to get real value with the Blade Storm.
Enemy remaining.
And snappies from a lot of these players so far.
Yeah.
On the defensive side of Furia.
Be honest, fans, I thought 100 Thieves attack side was going to be much more wild here, and Furia is taming it.
Standing ahead.
Push from EU. Still has those shots. Just has to backpedal before he can go forward again.
Yeah. At least he has a Phantom. And he does have the time in his favor as well. Committed towards the A site. There's 2 players from Furia. Both being
30 seconds left.
And Havoc, but there's no recon dart 2 to try to throw to get any type of information. So this gives an opportunity now for EU to try to walk in. There's that first contact. And that swing from behind to rotate from Nosware. Crosshair placement was there until he looks up. And unfortunate timing for EU. But Furia is able to tie the game once more.
Whew. And they sit very nice on 3 ultimates here. Operator, kindly back out. Here coming in from the defensive side of Furia. And Khalil, just the double steps we've been seeing from Furia, the way they're taking these fights and not be the early commit to the spray of the Phantom or Vandal. Yeah. And Asuna taking a headshot in the nest there. Well, Cryo got shot in the head. That's not going to help 100 Thieves. So that round really just not going in their favor overall. It's going to be a timeout, slow things down, get the comms back in order, and figure out how they can stop maybe 3 ults that would be defending this round for the side of Furia. You see Zix on screen, chatting it up.
Yeah, and Furia's been doing really good here on the defensive side with Khalil anchoring on B.
Khalil's been nasty.
Yeah, different ways
something else
of holding this B side, doing a great job with the rifle win for 100 Thieves. On their side, it was just having Cryo with the op, rotating that around, and Furia never really need to have NW0 forced up with an op or rotate that around because they've been just holding both extremities quite well.
And a little quietly along the board, we've seen 3Ks, 2Ks, but Nosware's 20 and 12. Right? They've been separated where those kills are coming in, but topping the scoreboard for Furia right now. So they're definitely putting up numbers enough here to be taking down 100 Thieves. As Cryo sitting at 16-15 on the other side. That early up on the defensive side, a big reason they were able to shut down Furia, but great adaptation from Furia as they figured out how to continue to get around things, route the defense, and now on attack side for 100 Thieves. They're trying to figure that out. How can they get past Furia's attack? Maybe in mid? What is this?
Walking down here for Furia. Turret will potentially have these two players just get ready to fight, and they were ready for it. There's that wall that comes up, trying to get that res right away, but that's going to have to be on hold as the wall gets instantly broken. Beautifully done to start things off here for Bang and for Boostio.
What a disgusting call. Literally in the mind of your opponent on this one. Spikes planted here, and a lot of work to be done by Furia as they got completely rattled on this.
And EU's playing right here to try to deny the lockdown from Havoc, who clears it, but does a fake check. So that they will not give the opportunity from Furia to have such a strong retake until these shots are happen. That forces out a pit. Cryo left alone because of that pit. No one there to trade with him. Counter pit then coming back here for the defensive side of Furia. Advantage on their side as well as Asuna does have a thrash forced to use out. That's going to be great delay. And that will then give a chance finally for 100 Thieves to convert in the round.
Oh, does that get him? Wait a minute. Oh, capitalizes on 2 more kills. Wow. That was... I'm kind of mind blown on that call out of timeout from Zix and the team. To just absolutely read Furia like a book to a T. Just a long double hold towards mid, instant, really kind of a collat there. And yeah, you saw the pressure it caused on the side of Furia to run in. Shanji just trying to do a W take there as they get back into sight, but 100 Thieves already take that round, and they have a really big timeout to switch the game up. Lockdown's there, Van Silly. Operator still available here, but I'm sure they want to try and use that and get this round back in their favor to break the econ.
Jump spot that comes out first and into MW0 position to look towards the garage. Dizzy does hit him though.
Okay.
But Khalil still forward. He's been good at this spot. Remember, going back and forth here with the Vandal.
They can't get Dizzy back. I think Khalil will make that call too, so they're not going to have that flash again for the site. The lockdown going in. That's just to break the site a little bit. This will still give a defensive position for Furia here.
Trying to see if we're going to answer back with Havoc on his own lockdown, but looks like they're going to try to use that instead for the retake. Shanji, meanwhile, though, does get the kill from Snowman all the way to Bang as the wall was up, and that denies now the plant opportunity. EU trying to fight back with the 100 Fury. Does get that second kill off the Nos. We're back to a 3 versus 3 as Havoc's trying to push forward, snapping with those kills. And MW0 with the last one to once again tie up the game for Furia.
Oof. That was so strong from Furia to come back in. I think they played it perfectly on the lockdown. It was a little bit of delay. The spam from Shanji was pivotal in making sure that didn't happen. An angle you can always take from Snowman when that wall goes up. But yeah, this retake coming from mid, only being pushed back ever so slightly by the lockdown in that area, is still a spot for Havoc to wreak just that and bring the round into Furia's favor. Nas were double fist bumps all around, and they're getting ready to pop back into this next round here. Push up tube just a little bit again to get that early info and aggression. Khalil, he lives here, setting up shop at the end of that box every time here.
And even for Furia, they were able to win that last round without having to use the lockdown. So that's a lot of ults for the last few rounds remaining of Icebox.
I should realize this is still our first map. Let's go. It's like, man, it feels like it's been quite a time here. Already 2 or 3. Let's go. Going into sight. Are they going to be able to push off one from yellow, though? Khalil trying to hold from a different spot. The operator over the shoulder.
Just saw him.
Oh, they are stuck, but not. We'll see how they get out of this sticky situation.
Khalil inside the orb. That's 2 kills, chasing for the 3rd, and he is not missing with this rifle today. And as I say that, he at least looked at it with the classic.
Check that man's armor. Oh my gosh. Khalil dancing on people right now. Literally dancing on people as he brings out the classic with cheese there just to end it out. And they're staying confident. They know that this is still taking work. The upper hand that they have is because they're reading 100 Thieves. They're playing it strong and they're attacking. They're going for 100 Thieves throat on these low buys too. Really no hesitation to retake a site there when you know your opponent's a bit down on the buy. Here we go, back into both buys though. 11 to 10 is Furia try to put this map on game point. They're going to play a 2-3 split from the side of 100 Thieves as we'll focus on this attack side now to see what they can do to get through Furia's defense. And patience. I think they're trying to figure out where the op is. A lot like we saw Furia doing in that position when Cryo had the op.
So they're still trying to stick towards a push and pull strategy on the default for 100 Thieves and even placing an alarm bot towards the garage just to see if there's going to be any aggressive pushes out from Furia yet.
It's a great call. See how worried.
Banking a lot on Boostio's utility here to try to make that right call in the mid-round. With these 5-player hits, though, towards 100 Thieves' side, it's always these retake scenarios that goes back and forth. Furia, you got to give them credit on how good they've been on fighting toe-to-toe against 100 Thieves in these situations.
Nazar's playing so far back with Hunter's Fury here. He hasn't even really shown himself other than way back on the defensive side to look to rip this off once the sight hit goes in. And they are denied by the lockdown at first, and now the ultimate probably to follow in from Nazar as well with the operator ready here on A site. 100 Thieves are trying to break through.
That's right, they got players, and there's that Hunter's Fury to support on top of that. Dizzy, Sean gets 2 kills. Azasana's finally able to trade it back. Hunter's Fury is not getting any kill inside of Furia. 13 seconds left on the clock. Wingman trying to get a plant. Havoc trying to push forward and try to fight. Denies the plant to come down. And Bang left alone. And this will be map point now coming out for Furia.
2 seconds. Ooh, another hold from Furia. And super patience on that one. 100 Thieves was going on a fact-finding mission for the entire round, right? Even you said it. Instead of pushing, it was an alarm bot to come out, thinking that might be MW Zera coming up. Nope, where's the op? Trying to find that. And once they do get a sight, they're instantly delayed after taking the time on their fact-finding by a lockdown. Then they get into a Hunter's Fury that splits the team. Furia is literally just throwing everything on the floor. But 100 Thieves can't get through.
In the right moment, exactly.
In the right moment.
They're using it greatly here. Cycling perfectly the ults to deny 100 Thieves the opportunity to get the plant down towards the A side. Now backs against the wall. 100 Thieves trailing behind by 2. The only scenario that they have here is to try to push this into extra innings on the map of Icebox. If not, Furia will win their map pick, of course. And 100 Thieves looking to fight together towards this B side, a 4-1 setup.
You can feel the intensity, right? Last round was slow. This round they said, slow's not working, push. Instantly into this area belong. Nothing showing though still. A very patient Furia waiting to absorb the aggression. This Dizzy has kind of confirmed a lot of what 100 Thieves does, if you think about it. So if they're not seeing Dizzy, and Dizzy, you know, Dizzy fetched by Asuna, it's going to be somewhere, and all they have to do is wait for that. It's really the only blind they have going into the site. So Furia is just playing patient off that initiator utility.
Boostio just went for some pings too, because from where he was playing, he didn't know if the players from Furia were pushed all the way up towards the orb, so that forces even the Alondro to come out a little bit too early.
Wow.
Not clearing too much, sort of back of the site, giving an opportunity for MW0 to land the first kill onto Cryo Cells. Back and forth we go once again, but on the side of 100 Thieves this time around. Plant will also be successful, but it's planet safe.
Bit of util to get back in here.
Nazor just trying to delay so that Khalil can rotate back towards the screens. All 3 members of 100 Thieves playing inside the site with the crossfire set up in the front. Bang at high ground. Boostio with the first pick. The trade right after to keep 100 Thieves in the game on the first map.
Sweating a little bit, but we're still in there. Nazar, it's about 7,100 credits, so you know Furia is still in the buy zone. And 100 Thieves is still going to be scrapping through for a bit of armor here, as these rounds have not been going in their favor. This one, like you said, they stay alive, and great opening shots once they got into the site. The 1v1s that we were not seeing 100 Thieves win before coming into their favor, and a big reason they were able to get through on that one. Gonna be a timeout. Just to slow this one down at the end. 100 Thieves momentum for Furia as we get another discussion. Ultimates, they have Shanji's ult to come back up with the res. And Asuna does have Thrash. I think Thrash gets a little bit more potential if you're clearing towards A, but you can always do a yellow clear and bring it back to long, get it back in your hands and make sure that's safe too. So decent amount of options here. We've only had a few mid fights, and man, did they get bloody quick. But yeah, it's been AB, I'm pretty back and forth here.
Yeah, I don't know if Furia after this timeout want to try to go for another aggressive push down towards middle, but what, again, has been working for them is the anchor play from Kalila on one end and NW0 on the other. But now the situation is that you have less money for Furia in round number 24. So you have to maximize this positioning of this operator in the hands now at MW0, and for the rest, potentially to just stick as a group. Quite important here to try to keep Shanji alive as well. Maybe still trying to figure out what he wants to buy going into this. It will be a small shield and Vandal too.
Yeah, but look at this Nazar. Okay, so Nazar has so much money. Are they actually saving for another round to make sure they have full weapons? But yeah, they buy through. Nazar's going to go down. Let's focus on the strategy. A push up here for MW0. You're going to have to get that Dizzy.
When you fetch after MW0, move forward to capitalize on the first blood. And you saw the other two were just holding towards the rafter just to make sure that the angle, the back was being launched here from NW0 to allow him to push the way that he did. A great start for Furia in this round.
Yeah, take out all the initiator utility. You got the darts, but easy to dodge that, easy to hide from it, and still fight while it's happening. So there's the drone going out.
The Hail Mary trying to sell a fake at least with this owl drone, but unfortunately it's not going to work. NW0 connects with a second shot as they rotated him from A to B. Second kill then. So you pivot once more. Avoid the op for the third time, but there's that push forward from Havoc. Here's the rotate. We'll call that for the team. NW0 getting ready. Cryo gets the first kill. But now the lane has been blocked by NW0. Dash across though. And that gives a chance here for Cryo to meet up with his teammates so they could try to get this plant towards the A site.
Just a slow shock bolt. Nazar's dart should be coming up here in a few seconds as they play this one safe. Plant's going down, they hear it. Chip onto Bang, just about half.
We've been waiting to watch this flank the whole time here from Cryo Cells. We do have utility to try to delay. 2 shock darts, 1 snake bite for EU and for Bang respectively. And looks like they want to try to leverage that. Furia now slowly walking inside. NW0 almost ready to get that pick and almost punish EU right there. There's that first snake bite for the delay. There's a shock dart to swing by. And the second one with shock. Crowd swings out. That's a 2 for 1. Now the tap on his flag. Oh! Gets the ace to get the extra innings for the Thieves!
What an amazing showing. And from who else? From who else than Cryo? Stepping up to put 5 in his pocket and bring us into overtime here on Icebox when it looked like it may not be happening for 100 Thieves. So cold. So cold. 100 Thieves, little back and forth, delaying the map slightly. Wearing away just enough. Even losing 2 members down that round almost right away. How does Boostio make these calls just to get the team into position? And then it's up to Cryo, obviously. The clicks. Oh my gosh. Operator here on this last round, or this first, I should say, OT.
Glass cannon for Cryo Cells. And Furia does not want to give that momentum back in favor of 100 Thieves, especially after that ace, because you saw that the camp for 100 Thieves, the vibes are back. So they break the alarm bot, they break the turret very early in the round. Now they try and settle in that paranoia here onto 100 Thieves to try to figure out where the hits could be coming from. You see them moving around the map too, trying to find this information.
Trying something very different on the side of Furia. We've seen MWZ there a few times, but backtracking just to help the team as they actually try with 3 there. And 100 Thieves is gonna say, leave Cryo to shoot on B. We're playing this retake style A with Molly delays. Actually, they're gonna push here. Down to a minute, they're actually gonna look to anchor deeper in the site and get in the face here of Furia.
Few just painted with the Dizzy, almost got that pick. And that was gonna be on Nosware all the way towards L. A late lurk coming out of the B side, but the wall and the execution is committed for Furia towards the A side.
Utility delay gone.
30 seconds left.
There's that push forward. There's only 1 stuck in the front. That's MW0 with the pick, and look at them all fall back with 24 seconds left. Trying to just keep NW0 towards the site, and the shark darts in. With 18 seconds left now, rotating across, and you also insert players towards middle. What a call here by Furia in the late round.
It's going to be huge here for Havoc. Like you said, going up 2. They haven't gotten any forward space towards Snowman yet onto the site, but this is going to be the move.
And the communication isn't there. The Jets once again, and everybody that's pushing forward. All the rotations have been cut across, and Boostio has no avenue to go, as he has to play against 4 players on a post plant.
What a commitment towards A. What a sell from Furia here. Making 100 Thieves think the round was all but over just at A site, but it was really happening at B. And there's the shot from Nazar onto Boostio. First overtime round from the attack side here onto Furia, and it really, Vans, it hasn't been attack or defensive side for either team here. We've seen both teams fire off from attack or defense, so this is going to be a big one for 100 Thieves to go hard again.
But you were right on the call here for what we were trying to expect for 100 Thieves on the amount of times that we're defaulting on 3-2s on the B side and A side. They're trying to play that push and pull, but you're also not committing to a lot of utility that doesn't force these rotates to come across, so you're just doing a 5-player hit and it becomes wins potentially for Furia. And on that side, you saw this is what Furia is doing that 100 Thieves is trying to do.
Right, and if we think about all the rounds where 100 Thieves was on defense and there were 4 towards A, Bang holds that anchor on B for so long. This was a different setup in the way that they played that. They didn't have that anchor on B for so long. There was a commitment towards A for everyone to go A, so a different style of defense there allowed that lurkin from Khalil, what would usually be Bang, continuously anchoring the site. So 100 Thieves switching up there and Furia find the window. Now we get the timeout in overtime here from Zix. This is from 100 Thieves here as we see him on your screen.
But again, the extra move that was good from Furia is that they committed utility for a site hit.
So big.
To be able to pull those rotates out on the other side. Because yes, it wasn't Bang that was there, but there was still Cryo that was watching that angle. So using that util to force that rotate in the late round to give that opening for Furia was very, very nice to watch. And now once again, 100 Thieves are at a position where they could potentially lose this first map.
Zoom in.
Of MW
Zoom in. Oh, I thought that actually was going to take his head off for a second. Super close. 100 Thieves is made to sweat right away, but they're falling into Khalil. This has been the kingpin here on B site.
There's 2 players at least. It's not a 1-for-1 to play back and forth.
Yeah.
So the high-low when the wall came down, that's how you punish. That's how you wanted to fight against that anchor player on that B side. And that was probably that conversation at the timeout.
Just noting Dizzy did go down today, so not going to have that MW0. Opens up on 1, Vans.
And Havoc 2. They only need 3 more kills and a defuse now for Furia to win their map. NWCR does have this glass cannon once again. And 100 Thieves knows this. They don't want to swing out, but there's that mass utility coming out from Furia. The wall to move forward to. Nanoswarms towards the back. The util is beautiful. Up drop from Cryo. Drops back down.
Cryo
but we do
again.
have Shanji sticking onto that spike. It's more than halfway. No more. Wait a minute. The kill. The defuse comes across. And Furia, against all odds, will take the map of Icebox.
And Sanji, of all people, coming in, wanting this to be the game he played against 100 Thieves, and his wall, his defuse to be the hit as the team firing over his shoulder to make sure he stays alive, just an arm's reach away from 2 members of 100 Thieves. Absolute, just brutal first game here of a back and forth. 100 Thieves, we saw the rounds that would give them the openings for the wins, the 4Ks, the 3Ks, that glimmer of absolute star power, but it seems like how Furia adapted, was able to continuously shut that down and find their light at the end of the tunnel here for a first map win on Icebox.
And if there's anything Valo is actually questioning here on the desk, is that structure. Noswar joining this roster, and they're in a build mode, in a system where they're trying to come back here in this second stage, and that structure looked very good. Great utility being used. It looks great utility for the retakes. And when it comes down to these individual moments, it now shows here for Furia. You definitely just saw it. They do have the firepower to make this happen. And will they close the series on the upset? We'll find out after the break, as Haven is coming up.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him,
At Verizon, everyone can get the best deals. Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time? It wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
I know.
Here's your wireless contract.
Do I need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative switch!
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone, any condition, guaranteed.
I really wish you told me sooner.
I did.
Red Bull gives you wings.